Hello and welcome back to Fashion with Sort Out YouTube channel. So in today's tutorial we are learning how to make this Neckline neckline with a suit out neck and a princess dart. So here I have my pattern paper folded with the basic line drawn out. The first line is my chest line, okay, and the next one is the bust line. Then the next one is the under bust length line. Do we understand? And then the last line is the waistline. So I also included the waist the sewing allowance to it. That's why it's that wide. Okay, so let's get going. The first thing I'm going to do right now is mark out the neckline and the back. And the back we are making use of is 15 inches divided by 2. That's 7.5. So I'm going to mark out the 7.5 and then take my ruler to connect it to the chest line. Likewise, on the chest line I'm marking out 7.5 inches, and then I'm making the connect of the points from the starting line to the chest line, as you can see. So the next thing we are going to do is come back to the neckline and then mark 3 inches, which is the standard neckline, and then ½ inch, which will serve as my slope line, my shoulder slant. Okay, so I'm just going to connect the 2 points together as the same me do, and afterwards I'll take my cuff ruler and then make a curve on my armhole. Okay, so after that has been done, the next thing we are going to do is impute our gap circumference. The gap we are making use is 8 inches divided by 2. That's 4. I then added ½ inch to it as joining allowance. So I'm going to mark 4.5 all the way to the chest line, up to the bust line rather. So I'm going to mark it, make the connect of the points, and this is what we have. Afterwards I'm going to come to the the under bust length and then mark 1.5 on each side, as you can see. So this is just to form our princess dart. So at the waistline I'm marking 1 inch on each side. So after this has been done, I'll take my ruler and then connect the 1 inch to the 1.5 inches which I marked on the under bust length, as you can see. Okay, so the next thing to be done is to take my cuff ruler and then make a curve from the under bust to the bust line. The way you see me place it, you just make a curve, and then this is to curve out our bust dart. Do we understand? The same thing I will do to this other side, and afterwards I'm going to come to the armhole side and then make a measurement of the curve I have and then find the midpoint. So the midpoint is 4 inches. So on the 4 inches I'm just going to take my cuff ruler and then make a curve from the bust point right there to the to the mid of the armhole, as you see it. Okay, so we are not going to be extending the line because we are making use of an equine cut together shoulder, as in the neck is cut together with the bodies. Do you understand? So that is why I'm not going to be cutting it out. So the next thing I'm going to do is, okay, so find what I have on the neck. Okay, so like I have 4.5 inch here, okay, which is reasonable. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is come to the under bust line and then make a connect from that neck to where the line, that line is on the chest line. I hope I'm not confused. Do you see? Okay, so I just connected where the line run through, where the dart line run through on the chest line to the neck point we marked out initially, and this is what we have. And so we have an equine line marked out. So the next thing I want to do is the suit out neck we have at the center. So what I'm going to do now is take my ruler and then my tape rule and then measure up 1 inch. Okay, so because I don't want it too deep, so I'm just going to take my cuff ruler and then place it like you see it you see me do, and then from there I will make a connect to the new line on the that line, you see, that line where that point that is joined to the neck. Okay, so I'm just going to make a curve, um joining, as you see it. Do you see it? But then that is just to know the height. The 1 inch is just to know the height of what I want. So I then take my ruler and then use free hand to connect it back there to the chest line. Do you see? And then we have the curve. Okay, so this is basically all we need for the Queen Anne's neckline and then the suitor chest. Okay, so we are done with that, and then I will proceed to imputing the body circumference. Okay, for the chest, for the bust we are working with is 40 inches divided by 2, that's 10 divided by 4 rather, that's 10 inch. Okay, so I'm just going to be adding 2.5 inches to it as sewing allowance. The same thing I have on the bust, on the chest line, is what I will have on the bust point line. Okay, so I'm just going to connect it and then come to the under bust line to impute our under bust circumference. Okay, so the circumference we are working with is 33 divided by 2, that's 8 divided by 4, that's 8.25. okay, so I'm going to mark the 8.25, and then the dots that we are going to remove, which is 3 inches, will be added to it. Okay, so that's 11.35. okay, so afterwards I'm going to add the sewing allowance of 2.5, just like I did to the bust, and it's the same thing I will have on the waistline. Okay, so the waistline we are working with too is 33 inches, so I'm going to impute the 8.25, then the dots, the 2-inch dots that will remove on it, then the sewing allowance. So right now I'm just going to make a connect of all the points, and then that is this is this. So cutting our Queen Anne's neckline on the dress. Okay, so everything is joined together. So the next thing we are going to do now is cut everything out, and mind you, don't mind the should I call it parallel line we have as the circumference. It doesn't matter. By the time everything is joined, everything will be straight together again. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is to avoid gapping at the next side. Okay, so I'm just going to draw to extend the dot line up. Okay, so if it's extended, you can see we have like ½ inch on the neckline that will be cut off. Okay, so this is basically to avoid gapping. Do you see? So next thing we are going to do now is cut everything out. Okay guys, everything is cut out now, and this is how we have it. Okay, so I'm just going to arrange it for you to see how it came out. Okay, so this is the side, this is the other side, and then our center pattern. Do you see how it is? Okay, so this is just beautiful. As you can see, it's even me, I'm loving it already. And as you can see that the neck line, the Queen Anne's neckline is cut out together with the body, is not detached. Okay, so this is the beauty of these cuts. Okay, so we are going to proceed to the back now. Okay, so on the back I have everything, the basic measurements drawn out. So okay, so then the zipper allowance is included. So what we are going to do next is we'll take one of these front sides, okay, and then place it on it like you see me do. Okay, so that the neck will align. So what I will mark out now is the neck. Okay, so I've marked it out. This is just for the neck to align after joining. Okay, so from that point I'm going to make a shoulder slant. Okay, and afterwards I will impute the neckline. Okay, so before I do that, for this back, I want that round shape, and I'm not also going to do lacing. I want zip. Okay, I want zip to be fixed to it. So the zipper allowance is there. So what we are going to do now is mark 1.5 in order to make the normal neckline. And you know, for Queen Anne's neckline, what you have on the back must not be deep so that it will not be too wide. So I'm just going to connect the 1.5 to the other point we have. Okay, so after on the neck, okay, so after connecting it, this is what we have, and that is where what we hold our button. Next, I impute the body circumference to the back, mark everything, and then cut everything out. So this is what we have afterwards. Okay, so for the round at the back, okay, so I don't want it so wide, and that is why from the armhole I came in by 2.5 inch. Okay, so after that I'll take, why I did that was just for the round not to be too wide, and then for it to conceal at the ends, to still conceal the brass strap, do we get? So from the neckline, the 1.5, I just make with my free hand, I just make a curve down to the 2.5 inch I made from the armhole. Shall not confuse you by my explanation now. After doing that, I carried my scissors and then cut everything out. And then in cutting this, you must be very careful so that you don't trespass. Okay, so the back is cut out, and after the cutting, I'm going to open the joining at the other side, as you see me do. Okay, that is where our button will be accommodated. So now the zipper too is still there. As you can see, the zipper allowance is still there for the back. So I will use, for the upper part I will use button, and for the down part I will use zipper. Okay, so I'm going to just impute my dart line so that we can have the back dart. Okay, it's just the normal way we do the dart. Okay, so we are going to make a straight line of 4.5. okay, so join the points together, and afterwards come to the waistline and then mark half inch on both sides, and then we'll take the ruler to connect everything together as a see do. And after everything has been connected, the next thing we'll take is take our scissors and then cut everything out. And so guys, this is how we have it afterwards. I'm just going to cut the center part and then arrange it for us to see. Okay, so after everything has been done, this is how everything came out. Okay, so this is basically all that it entails. You see the round shape at the back. Okay, so guys, I've gone ahead to cut the Ankara fabric, and then I've also cut out the wording I will use. So now I'm just going to separate and then keep the pattern paper aside. And then, okay, so I have my Ankara fabric now. I'm going to place the wording on it for you to see how it will be fixed. Okay, so I'm just going to fix everything, and after fixing it, this is how it will be fixed, guys. Okay, so guys, we have finally come to the end of this tutorial. Okay, thank you for staying true to this time. If you got value watching this, kindly give this video a thumbs up, like this video, share it with your friends, and if you are here to subscribe to this channel, do not hesitate to. Okay, I'll proceed to my sewing machine now, fix everything, and then come back to show you how it came out. All right, so after fixing it, this is how it came out. Do you see how beautiful it came out? Okay, so guys, we have come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you for staying true. See you in my next tutorial. Thank you. Bye for now.